Welcome back, everyone. Thanks for joining me here today on the Integrative Health Coach Success Podcast, where our goal is to help you take all of your wealth of knowledge and actually translate that into a thriving career. So whether you are an integrative health practitioner, whether you're a health coach, whether you're a personal trainer, yoga instructor, chiropractor, naturopathic doctor, medical doctor, whatever it may be, what we want to do is make sure that you can create the career that you love, that you're proud of, and that honestly, you wake up every single day excited to do. So what I want to do is, I know many of the people in our community are what we call solopreneurs, right? They run their own show, they run their own business, and it's basically just them, right? They're doing all the things that I'm going to talk about in this 3-part system here today. And there's nothing wrong with that, and that's where you're supposed to start. Like, you should start there, and you should do all of the tasks so that one day when you hire other people for your team, you already know how they're done. So it's a great way to do it. There's no doubt about it. That's how I did it, of course, and that's how many other people are doing it. What I want to share with you today, though, is just the thought process, though, that you want to be thinking about. Because a lot of people are like, oh, I need this huge team to be successful. And no, you don't. You don't at all. So what I want to do is demystify it for you. It's a 3-person total team, and you are one of those people. So what I want you to do is think about like a Venn diagram, right? So it's like the circle, and the circle, and they all connect together. And the middle of that Venn diagram is your business. It's basically the success of your business. And over in this circle, it's what you do. Your next team partner is going to be here. And then your last team partner is here. And I call them partners because they're a partner in your success, and you are paying them for the job that they're doing. And so it's great. And you can also create a bonus structure. So the better you do, the better everyone does. That's always what I've done for my team. It's like, listen, if I win, then you win, right? And if the clients are doing well, then I'm doing well. That means you're all doing well. So I love making business fun, because at the end of the day, we're helping people, right? People are getting real results. They're getting well. They're losing the weight. They're living longer. And so really, that's why it's such an amazing business to be in. It really is, because you can feel good at what you do at the end of the day. Some people's positions and jobs, they don't necessarily love them because, they're not doing the most ethical work, or they just don't feel like they're getting a lot of satisfaction out of it. So what I want to do is make sure you feel satisfaction from your work, but also that you're being compensated well, and at some point you're going to need to grow and scale. I don't know that I'm going to be able to find it here today, but what I would love you to do is go over to ihp.coach/042. And what I'm going to do right there is link up a previous podcast I did on how to hire your virtual assistant and when, all right? Because that's really important. So I'm going to get to them a little bit later, but let's start with you. So this is a 3-person team. Everybody's super important to the team, but without you, there's no real business, right? So we need to make sure that you're taken care of. So when you build out a team, there's really only a few things that you want to be doing. Think of it this way. I love this question. It was taught to me, and I just want to share it with you. So what is the one thing or things that only you can do for the business? All right, let me put it another way. What can you hire other people for so that you don't need to do, so that you can do more of the one thing that makes you the most successful? So think about it this way. Can other people answer email for you? The answer is yes, right? Can other people write web pages for you? The answer is yes. Can other people create or post on social for you when you write it up? The answer is yes. Like, you can do some of these things, but you have to understand is like, you might feel you can do all of these things better, and you're probably right. But if you are always in that mindset, you're never going to be able to scale, if that's even a goal of yours. So it might not be a goal of yours, but think about it now so that you'll know where it could lead a year from now or 2 years from now or whenever you're ready. So here's what you, as the founder of the company, really should be doing. You should be creating content. The content can be PDFs, books, videos, social media posts, podcasts, YouTube videos, anything. Anything that's content so that you can put it out into the world so people know you exist. There's so many IHPs and other people contact me saying, how do I grow my business? How do I grow my business? Well, the first step is that you need to get people to know you exist. right? They need to know you exist, because you could be the best in the world, but if they don't know you exist, doesn't really matter too much. That's why, like, you've got these big companies and they're paying people and they're like, well, this person's charging 5-10 times the amount that they're paying me for an appointment. But that's because they're getting you all of the clients and they're probably spending a lot of money in advertising and other things. So, like, again, at the end of the day, if you want to run your own show, you need to get really good at getting people to know you. And I taught this just over the last 2 weeks. So go to episode 38 and episode 40 at ihp.coach/podcast, because I teach you how to get known locally, and we'll be doing much more teaching you how to get known online as well through social. But you need to create content. Whatever feels comfortable for you. Writing, infographics, podcasts, videos, you name it. Ideally, you'll do video, audio, social. You'll do them all. But not everybody feels comfortable right away. That's fine. I should have started my videos 10 years ago. I was already doing video for other companies and I didn't do mine. Imagine, again, no regrets at all. Literally no regrets. I don't lose any sleep over it. But imagine if I started my YouTube channel 10 years ago. Wow. I mean, really, wow. But so we always have to think about this. The best time to have gotten started would have been yesterday. The next best time is today, right? All right. So you need to be creating content, posting on social, creating your programs for your clients, and you also need to be seeing those clients, okay? So that's really the best use of your time. There's one other thing that I would recommend, and that's partnerships. So if you're not a chiropractor, partner with a chiropractor. If you're not a personal trainer, partner with a personal trainer. Not trade services, but promote each other as part of your network. And I talk about this inside of IHP as well, creating your network, all right? So you as the founder is the other content creator and the deliverer of the service. You create content, you create programs, and you work with clients, and you do as much of that as you can. Then everything else besides that isn't that, someone else should be doing as you begin to grow. So as you're making more money, you're like, hey, I could do even more sessions, but I'm spending 20 hours a week doing email and software and pages. Okay, well, if you could put 20 more hours a week to seeing even 10 more clients, and you made $200 per hour at 10 hours per week, that's $2,000 more dollars. That's $100,000 more dollars per year, right? So yeah, that's the math. That is correct. 10 more hours a week at $190, $199 per appointment. So you have to understand is like this really begins to scale. Okay. So then what could you do if you're saying, well, I don't even like email in the first place. So again, I said, okay, I can make that. But look at this. I don't like to do email. I don't like to do all of the follow-ups, all these things. It's not what I'm best suited for. It's just not, like, I'm not great at it. So I even said, listen, I'll work more of what I love doing. And even if I don't make money, I'll just pay other people, give them a job, which they want a job. And then I get to do more of what I love. And they get to do what they like, which is helping people from a customer care-based standpoint. So remember, just because you don't love the work doesn't mean someone else doesn't love the work and they're not already great at it. So you don't even have to make more money. You can just do more of what you love. And that's a really nice way to look at it as well. Okay, so your next hire, though, is going to be a project manager, like a director of operations or an operations manager. And a lower level would be like the manager, and then above that is going to eventually be a director. But you want someone that just oversees your operations. In the beginning, they'll be doing your email. In the beginning, they'll be creating web pages. In the beginning, they'll be looking for freelancers. If you need graphics created, infographics created, if you need a podcast editor, they'll go out and they'll search for all of these people. They'll set it up and they'll make it happen. Basically, you create a vision. This is everything that I want to get done, and they're going to implement all of that. I might be one of the worst implementers in the world because I'm so far swayed toward the vision. Like, I have a vision for what I'm looking to create, but I'm not a great implementer. So I hire great directors of operations at each one of my health-based companies. The Stephen Cabral podcast, media-based company, I've got a great director of operations in Michael. My Integrative Health Practitioner Institute, I've got a great director of operations in Caitlin. And for Equal Life, I have a great director of operations as well in Carl. right? So these are all my operations people. They might be vice president, that might be CEO, whatever it might be, but they are operations and they are orchestrating the team. Think of it as like they are the who's the conductor? The conductor of the orchestra. They're actually the ones making the beautiful music. I'm in the background saying, oh, let me write the music, right? But they are making it all happen. And it's invaluable with your team, especially if you're not a great implementer. So I can remember even way back in the day, when I opened my first location, I hired a manager pretty quickly. Now, they were only assistant. They were part-time. And you could hire this person part-time as well. But hiring them part-time, I just said, listen, I'm just going to work. I'm just going to literally work for 1 more hour a day. And that 1 more hour a day, I'm going to pay them that 1 hour towards them. Because I can make a fair amount of money in 1 hour. Let's say back then it was, I don't know, let's just say it was $75. Okay, I could pay the assistant manager $75. Maybe they were $35 an hour. Maybe they were $20 an hour. So I could hire them for 2 to 3 hours a day, 10 to 15 hours a week, for me working 1 hour, seeing someone doing what I love, and then they were able back then in the studio to do all of the filing, all the paperwork, all the invoices, all the emails, all the follow-ups, all the things that I literally am not able to do well. I'm just not able to do it well. Could I do it? Sure. I did it for many years. I did it for about 7 years. Did I enjoy any of it? No, at no point did I enjoy it, right? So I was very happy to work with more clients, which I love to do. Okay. So that is your operations person. They oversee everything. They implement your vision. Anything you want, they do, right? They're going to implement, okay? Business-wise, they're going to make it happen. Now, once they're getting busy, things are, moving right along, they're going to hire a customer care person or admin. So basically what I did here was I removed your virtual assistant. Virtual assistant is amazing if you're not going to go big on social media and all those different types of things. Like let's say you're someone that wants to do 20, 30 appointments a week. It's what you love to do. It's what you want to do. You don't want to venture out to a lot of other things. You hire a virtual assistant. They do all your scheduling, all your email, all your follow-ups, everything like that. Answer the questions. That's all you need. And that's phenomenal as well. That's a previous podcast. But let's say you're looking to build out a business, right? You've got maybe a program, courses, online things that you're doing as well. You want to go with this model, just 3 people. Now, your customer care person, they now take over all the emails. They write up all of the FAQs. Your standard operating procedures is probably already written by your operations person who basically details how everything works within the organization. Then that serves as the log, the form that your customer care people now follow. And you just need one person. That one person could work 10 hours a week. We have someone that just works 10 hours a week answering additional emails for our health results accelerators over at StephenCabral.com. Like that's what they do. And they're great. Right? We don't need them for 40 hours a week because we don't get that many that many support questions, but great. So you hire them for whatever is needed. And the nice thing is they can work anywhere in the country or anywhere in the world, So, I mean, that's really what you want to look at is virtual is an amazing thing, but they help people with their downloads. Hey, I can't download the PDF. Hey, I lost my link. How do I log in? How do I reset my password? All those typical administration-based questions, or, where's my product? Does it get shipped? Where's my tracking number? All the things that people need help with. And this person then eventually too could also create your web pages. Let's say that you're creating videos and content. Well, it might go on your website too, besides YouTube. That's a great thing. You start to build up your web pages. Well, you just teach them, or you ask them, hey, watch a YouTube video on how to create a WordPress page. It's really simple. It's really easy. I'm going to pay you to do it. And then they start to create your WordPress pages. So, again, I'm giving you like the playbook right out of my practice, like what I do. But this is an easy way to make these things happen. And as you grow, well, these people also grow to full time, or you add more people as needed. So you might say, well, what about a graphic designer? What about a web designer? What about a software developer? What about any of these things? Yeah, these are all people that you probably need on your team, but they don't need to be full-time. So what happens is your manager, your director of operations, is going to find out, yes, who, but also go and hire those people for 10 hours for a project, 20 hours for a project, whatever it costs to create a cover of your book, your PDF, to hire a web designer for a certain number of hours. You don't need to pay them as an actual employee. You can hire them as a freelancer, and your operations person is able to go out and find all those people. So it saves you money and it saves you time so that you can stay focused on being the person that delivers the content, right? Face to face, whether it's through social or that it is actually with clients, right? And so the more that you can do that, the more you can get out in front of people, posting a couple times a day on social, making your videos, your educational based products, and then seeing people and asking for referrals, well, the faster your business can grow. So the more that you can do, you're going to make more income. And then that income can also then, so that you don't fall behind on your additional things that you need, which is like your website and your email support, you can hire additional people for that. So honestly, don't think really for the next year to 18 months that you ever need more than these 3 people. You don't. You really don't, because they can all be freelancers. Okay, like I said, you need a book design, you need a podcast artwork design, you need an intro to your podcast, you need a PDF cover designed, you need anything. Like literally, all of that can be freelance work. Hiring freelancers is not difficult to do. One of the websites that I like to hire from is Upwork, UPWORK.com. You can hire freelancers anywhere in the world. People rate them on how well the job went. You can see the exact prices that they cost. And again, your operations person can go through all of those things. They can put the job out to bid and they can get the best possible price for the best value while you go about doing what you are best at. Remember, nobody can replicate what you're doing. And then what you can do is you can say, okay, if you're great at this, you might not be great at all the other follow-up stuff, which is why it's piling up. You might have a to-do list that's literally, a foot high of paperwork. Here's the thing. Set a couple goals, hire the operations person, have them begin to help you grow beyond just yourself. So hopefully this was helpful. Always happy to do follow-ups. And again, we teach a lot of the other business things inside of IHP that comes with your certification. You can always check out IHP, what it's all about, becoming a certified health coach over at integrativehealthpractitioner.org or the simple website, ihp.coach. Hopefully this was helpful. If it was, please do feel free to share it with a colleague. We would love to continue to help you and all of your colleagues grow your business, sharing all your information with so many people that could benefit from it. So take care, everyone, and I'll talk with you soon.